morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. If you're jumping on, I'm getting set up here. I'm live streaming both on TikTok and on YouTube. Just give me a minute to get set up. Jump if you're jumping on,
How
let
to
me
request
know.
samples from TikTok Shop. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on the search.
Here we go. Okay, just got winding up on TikTok. And I thought today I would talk about the 2 hour workday because I'm utilizing the 2 hour workday, and I'll tell you what that should consist of when we get into this. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know why you're on social media. We would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Dee Dee. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm online on social media. I do social media marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Chet. Good morning, Izzy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the 2 hour workday. Yesterday, I've done a couple different trainings over the last how many days. If there's something you're trying to learn and I've done it, I'd be glad to do a training on one of these. If you have a question, drop in the comments. If I can't answer it, I could probably give you a resource to get an answer for that. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I was going to talk today a little bit about the 2 hour workday, and that's a proven system that I have that I've been following. It's a proven process because if you're not doing a proven process, you're probably going to have a hard time making money if you've been trying. Um, if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in on. Hi, Joey. Hi, Val. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Chris. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And I was going to talk today about the 2 hour workday, the blueprint that I've been using. Good morning, Libby. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Todd. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Chris. So I'm going to talk about and some of you may be familiar with the 2 hour workday. Maybe some of you aren't familiar with it. But this is a proven blueprint my mentor has used to she made $5 million in a little over 2 years. I believe by the end of this year, by the time we get to December 31st, she's going to probably be around 6 or 7 million. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Homer. Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Trikind. What do people call you? Good morning, Stum. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, N. Holland. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning on TikTok. What do people call you? Good morning, Teresa. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, January. Good morning, Ann Holland. What do people call you? And today I was going to talk about the 2 hour workday. It's something that I've been following, and you can get this down to the point where you're only having to work 2 hours a day. There is work involved, so I don't want anybody to think that the people that you see making money online, that they didn't put any work in, because they did. Good morning, Gigi. Good morning, Tiffany. There is work involved, although if you do this correctly and you can follow some simple instructions, you can get this down to 2 hours a day. Good morning, Marcy. That's Marcia. Sandy, good morning. Good morning. Is it Marcia T X Mama? What do people call you? Good morning, King. What do people call you? Um, some people, your handles aren't necessarily your name or what people call you. Good morning, Styles. Good morning, Ann Holland. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning. Hey, Todd. How you doing? Good morning. If you're jumping on, happy Sunday. Let me know where you're coming in from, what you're doing on social media. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Vivian. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Alexa. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from, why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And today I was going to talk about the 2 hour workday, which is something I'm following. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, T-Scope. Good morning, Carl Jones. Good morning, Mickey. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. On social media, I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, user. I'm not going to read all those numbers. Good morning, T-Scope. What do people call you? Good morning. Is that fur your family? Are you an animal lover? Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Corinne. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I really appreciate if you'd like this video and share it out. That would really help me out, and I really appreciate it. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, user 761. I'm not going to read the rest of those numbers. What do people call you? Good morning, Piper. Good morning, Lou. Good morning, Empress. Good morning, Granny Smith. Good morning, user 7900. Good morning, PJ. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Boulder. Good morning, SB Salone. Good morning, Dog. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. We'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and teaching other people how to do the same thing. Now, I've been following a blueprint, a 2 hour workday, which you can get this down if you can follow some simple instructions to 2 hours a day. There is work involved. So the people you see making money, it doesn't mean they didn't do any work, but if you follow this blueprint and you can follow some simple instructions, you're coachable and you're consistent, you do the same thing. So the 2 hour workday, one of the things that's part of my 2 hour workday is going live like this, and I live stream for about an hour a day. I do live stream. I'm on TikTok and I'm also on YouTube, and I'm live streaming in two places at once. Because of the technology we have today, I have software I can do that. So I'm only doing one live stream. And then the cool thing about YouTube will automatically upload the recording of the live stream to my YouTube channel, and it becomes a piece of content. TikTok saves them for about 30 days and then they're gone, and they break them down. It's not the whole thing. It's kind of in chunks, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but after 30 days, it's gone. YouTube just automatically uploads it and becomes a piece of content. So I spend a piece of my 2 hour day is live streaming like this. And I encourage other people to do the same. If you don't want to go live, you don't have to, but that would really, especially if you're trying to grow a following on social media. And I do suggest you do it on TikTok, because TikTok right now, with all the controversy about it being eliminated or banned in the United States, they're really trying to get people, give people more and more reasons to get on and show your stuff. So that's one of the things in the 2 hour workday. Now, the second thing as a part of the 2 hour workday, I take about 30 minutes. If you're new, you may not have anything in the beginning, but answering comments when people come and comment on my videos and going through email. If you're just starting out, you may not have anything, so you could use that 30 minutes for something else. But you don't have to. I mean, you may not have any messages or any comments when you start out, so you could use that 30 minutes for something else. Another piece of it is, and especially if you're brand new, we teach you in the program how to post on free ads. And if you're an introvert, this is an introvert's delight. We give you the websites. They're all in the training. You go to the website, you can create a couple of accounts. We give you the ads. You're basically, if you can copying and pasting the ads that we give you on these free classified ad sites. And you spend, you may only need to spend 15 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, depends on how many you want to do. But we show you exactly how to do that, where the sites are, where you can go and post them, and you can get people looking at your stuff. You can get leads from that, and hopefully some of those leads will turn into sales. But it's a piece of the 2-hour workday. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Dan. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If anybody has any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. If I can't, then I would give you a resource to go to. If there's a training about something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do that as well. If it's something I've done, I don't think it's ethical not to try to train or teach on something that you haven't done. And I could probably, if I don't know it, if it's something I haven't done, I had somebody on YouTube the other day that asked me to do CPA marketing. I know what that is, but I've never done it. I've never made any money from it. I did give him some resources. I just don't think it's ethical to train or teach on something that you haven't done. Good morning. If you're jumping on, hi Rachel, hi Dan, hi Tammy, hi KLS, hi KO. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and I teach other people how to make money from home. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. If you have a question, if you drop it in the comments or there's something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training if it's something I know about. If I've done it, I can teach on it. I don't think it's ethical to teach or train on stuff that you don't know. If you're jumping on, good morning, Ann. Good morning, Kevin. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Where's everybody coming in from? Drop me a comment. Would love to know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Today I was going to talk a little bit about the 2-hour workday that I've been using. It's a blueprint. It's a proven blueprint that my mentor actually made, and she's made $5 million in about 2.5 years. And I predict that by the time the end of this year rolls around, December 31st, she'll probably be at 6 or 7. But it's a proven blueprint that if you can follow simple instructions, and not that there is work involved with this. The people you see making money, they put the work in, but you can get this down to 2 hours a day. One of the pieces of my 2-hour day is live streaming like this. Now I am live streaming in more than one place. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. I have software that allows me to do that. So I don't have to go live, multiple times a day because it's streaming in 2 places at once. That's about an hour. Now, that is part of the blueprint and the 2-hour workday. If you don't want to go live, you don't have to. But I can tell you that if you do it consistently, it'll help you. Because part of this process is we're using social media to get your business discovered. And part of it is live streaming like this. And the consistency is really important. When I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. The other thing you're using social media for, if you follow me on TikTok or you follow me on Instagram, I do post 3 videos a day. I've been doing that. Both my TikTok and my Instagram account are new. I've been posting on them for a little over a year now. I had 10 TikTok accounts that I lost and had 3 Instagram accounts that I lost. One of my TikTok accounts, I had over 200,000 followers. After that, I did stay off of TikTok for a while. And then it was about last June, I created the account I'm on now, which I'm almost at 75,000 followers, and posting 3 times a day on TikTok. And these are short videos and I'm using AI right now to create my content. You don't have to do that, but the AI makes it really easy and fast. I can create a video in less than 10 minutes, one video in less than 10 minutes. So it's not that, but that's another critical piece. That's probably more important than going live, because if you're not putting any content out there to get yourself exposed, to get your business exposed, it gets hard to get any leads or have any of those leads convert to sales. That's another piece of the 2-hour workday. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Hi, is it Janet? This isn't me. What do people call you? Good morning, Nina. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. You can get this down to 2 hours a day, and we have a blueprint that shows you what to do. One of the other pieces of the 2 hour workday. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Isify. Isify is a verb. Okay. What do people call you? You can get this down to 2 hours a day, and the live streaming is a piece of it. If you don't want to go live, you don't have to, but I can tell you it will help you get discovered. Another piece of it is we give you all the websites posting on free ad classified ad sites that we give you what to post, the text, what to say, and that can, depending on how many you're doing, you could spend 10 minutes a day doing that. You could spend 30. We suggest you don't spend more than 30 doing it, to get your message out, to get discovered. Anybody know what a flash goal is? Because it's just TikTok's telling me you've got a flash goal. I'm not sure what that is. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, KO. Good morning, Pete. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. And I've done a couple trainings over the last couple of days. I did email marketing, and then I did one about social media marketing. Today, thought I'd talk a little bit more about the 2 hour workday. It's a proven blueprint. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. There's work involved, so I don't want anybody to think the people that you see making money, they did put in the work, but you can get this down to 2 hours a day. There's plenty of us that have done that. And part of the 2 hour day for me is live streaming like this. I'm usually up here. I'm coming live at 10 a.m. every day and staying on for about an hour. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, Gigi. Good morning. It looks like ZW and then some numbers. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Today I was going to talk a little bit about, and you may have heard about the 2 hour workday. It is possible to get this down to 2 hours a day. There is work involved. That doesn't mean there's no work. You do still have to put the work in, but if you're coachable, if you're consistent, you can do this. And if you can follow some simple instructions, because we tell you exactly what to do in the blueprint, and that's working 2 hours a day. My mentor has done that, and in the last little over 2 years, she's made $5 million, and I believe that following this blueprint. So if you can follow instructions, and you can, even if you're working full time, because a lot of people have started this when they're working full time, working around a full time job, or you're a mom, or you got other things going on in your life. You can do it around a full time job. If you have kids, whatever else you may be doing, you can fit this into your life, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to drop everything else you're doing, because there's plenty of people that have come on here, and they've done this, and had a full-time job when they started, following 2 hours a day and following this blueprint. And part of it, what I was going to talk to you about today, is what's involved with the 2 hour workday. What are the activities? And it's activities that you're doing, that you're doing consistently every day, 7 days a week. Good morning, user 412. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning. Is it EY? What do people call you? Good morning, Miguel. Good morning, user 412727. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Gray. Good morning, KO. So today I was going to talk about the 2 hour workday, what's consisting in the 2 hour workday. And for me, one of the things is, good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Melon Pick. What do people call you? That can't be your name. What's involved with the 2 hour workday. And part of it is live streaming like this, live streaming for about an hour a day. That's the biggest activity in that 2 hour space, because there's a few others that aren't going to take you that long. And if you don't want to live stream, you don't have to, but I can tell you that live streaming and being consistent with it, I've been here every day. I started doing this recently and I've been here every day since that, coming live. And I am live streaming on TikTok and I'm also live streaming on my YouTube channel. I have software that allows me to do that. So I'm in two places at once and it doesn't require me to do this live stream more than one time a day. Good morning, Trendy Threads. What do people call you? Good morning, Lorna. Good morning, Rebecca. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. If you have any questions, I'm talking about the 2 hour workday. Yesterday, I was doing, and the day before, some email marketing training. I did some social media marketing training that somebody asked me to do. Because if you're using this, we are using social media. And one of the things of the 2 hour workday is I live stream for an hour. Sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes it's a little not as long every day. You don't have to be live streaming at two places. I have an audience on YouTube, and my mentor has suggested this, and I'll suggest the same thing to you, to use TikTok right now, because of the whole thing with the ban in the United States. If you're going to just live stream in one place, the best place for you to do it is on TikTok. I am on other social media platforms, but part of the 2 hour workday is live streaming. I live stream for an hour a day. It's the longest task, and the different activities we teach you. Another one is we show you in the training how to use free classified ads that you post on. We give you what to post. We give you the links to the sites where you can pick as many as you want. I mean, if you want to do 5 and post on 5 different sites, you decide, but that's a part of the 2 hour day. And being coachable and consistent is a big piece of this. Because if you're not, especially if you're trying to build an audience on social media, if you don't show up every day, and I mean, when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week, most of the people that I see, that I talk to, they're not consistent. Because you can't, if you're trying to get people to follow you on social media, people want to know that you're going to show up every day. And if you don't, they'll just go find somebody else. It's like if you had a offline business, a shop, and you put in your window, your hours are Monday through Saturday, you're there 10 to 6, and somebody goes one day and you decide you're not going to open the store, like on a Wednesday, and you have people come to the store and it's closed. Now they may come back another time, and if you're closed again, they're probably going to go and look for somebody else because you weren't there. So that's why the consistency is important. And most people I talk to, they struggle being consistent, and it's no different with this blueprint and this 2 hour workday. And part of it is going live every day and showing up. And you may, and doing 3 videos, short reels on. Now I post on TikTok. I take those same videos and I post them on my Instagram account. If you're new, I suggest you pick one social media platform and you do it until you master it, because you want to, once you master it, then you can go on to other platforms. I've been doing this for a long time, so I am on multiple platforms. But I do suggest you pick one. I suggest you pick something you like, because if you don't like it, you're not going to stick to it. And most people have a really hard time sticking to anything. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Mr. Queenie. What do people call you? Good morning, Donnie. Good morning, Claudia. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Today I was talking about the 2 hour workday. You may have heard of it. It's something I've been following, that my mentor used to follow and make $5 million in the last 2 years. And they consist of different tasks. One of them is live streaming like this. I live stream for about an hour a day. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's less. But that's one piece and that's the longest task. Another task is you're posting on ads on free classified ad sites. We show you in the training, give you the links to the sites. We give you what to post. It's basically a copy and paste thing. If you can copy and paste. Another part of the work that if you're just starting out, you might not have anything to do initially. That's responding to comments and responding to emails. Because once you get set up, you'll have an email that's attached when your emails are going out to people, and your email address will be on there. And I invite people, like in the emails, to say, if you have questions, respond back to me. if you need help with something. So that's another piece of the 2 hour day. You're responding to those emails, you're responding to comments, and in the beginning, you may not have any. Um, Another piece of the workshop, the 2 hour workday, is posting 3 videos. These are short videos. Now, I take and post the same 3 videos on TikTok, and then I take them and I post those same 3 videos on my Instagram account. Again, if you're starting out, you probably only have one account, so you only need to post them in one place, but it's 3 short videos. I've been using AI to make mine. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning. Is it Phoenix? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're in social media. These are short videos. With AI, I can make one video in less than 10 minutes. Now, if you're new again with that, I mean, anything you start new that you haven't been doing, it's probably going to take you longer in the beginning until you get used to it. But I've been using AI. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, KO. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. Been talking today a little bit about the 2 hour workday. This is a proven blueprint. You can get this down to the point where you can only need to work 2 hours a day. There is work involved with it. I don't want anybody to think that there isn't. There's work. The people you see making money, they put the work in. They were coachable. They were consistent, and they followed this blueprint. If you can follow simple instructions, we show you when it's in the training how to, give you ideas for reels. We have live trainings in our group. We have interactive trainings, which most people don't have, where my mentor gets on Zoom and then she does a training. She breaks us out into small groups, and most programs do not have that. They might have trainings where somebody's live streaming or doing a training on Zoom, but they're not interactive. Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Rich. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. But we're following a blueprint that's a 2 hour workday. Even if you have a full-time job or your mom, you have other responsibilities, you can work around this. There's a lot of people, when they started this, they had full-time jobs. And then when they got to the point, now I never had a job because I lost my job. That was actually be 14 years in September. I've been doing this. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. So I started looking for ways of making money from home. And when I got into this industry, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a mentor, and I was talking about that yesterday. The 2 things that you need to be successful here is you absolutely have to have a mentor, and then you have to have a proven system, that you're sending people to something like a capture page and getting their email address. I didn't have either of those when I started. I bought a website. It was a replicated website, which you don't know what you don't know. They gave me a 3-page PDF that showed me how to set up pay-per-click ads, which I did that. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. Nothing converted, and if a replicated website's not, it's most likely not going to convert. Mine didn't. I didn't make any money. I did that for a year, and then I realized I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do, and that's a mentor. And I didn't have that, and I didn't have a proven system. I was sending people to a replicated website where as soon as they go to it, when they go off, then you can't. The problem with that is you don't have any way to keep communicating with them. People will, now you could get sales on first touch. I do get that, but people have to see something multiple times before they buy. Sometimes it's 2, 3 times. It could be 5 or 10. And I had a woman she was on my email list. She got on my email list last October 2024. In the interim, I had talked to her a few times on Instagram, and she just bought something from me in July. So that's almost 9 or 10 months that she was on my email list. And yeah, we did talk a few times on Instagram, but most people aren't going to buy first touch. And I don't think you can put a time limit on how long it takes you to build a connection with people. So using social media, some people, I've heard them say it's 3 years. You got to be on social media, because it's really the connection that makes currency. Because when people get to know, like, and trust you, and if you're not putting yourself out there, doing lives like this or putting content out in the form of reels, getting people on your email list. That's where the system comes in and the automation, because once you're sending people to a capture page or your website, a squeeze page, a landing page, whatever you want to call it, they're all the same thing. And it's ideal to give something away for free. I have a free PDF that I'm giving away to people when they opt in exchange for their email address. We do permission-based email marketing, and I was talking about that the other day. They're giving you their email address in exchange for something free. Now, if you don't have something, you can make your own PDF, you can make an ebook, you could get a free webinar. If you're promoting something, you could ask if they have something that you could give away. It's also called a lead magnet. And that actually, you'll generate more leads when you're giving something away for free on the front end. And then as people start getting your emails, you're emailing them, they're following you on social media, you're putting content out. And this does take time. I mean, if anybody can, I mean, I have people that'll message me on like a Monday and they'll say to me, I'm getting evicted tomorrow. What do you suggest? I suggest you go drive Uber. You drive Uber today, you get paid. And if you don't have a car, they have a program that will help you. But you're not, this is an instant. It does take time. You need to build up an audience, to let people buy from people they know, like, and trust. People join people, not companies. And you may be promoting a company, you may be supporting a company that you feel they have a good cause. They're joining you, they're following you, not the company. So you want to build that know, like, and trust factor. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. And especially in this day and age on social media where there's so many fake accounts. I know there's tons on Instagram, there's tons of fake accounts for me. If it's not certified, that's not me. And on TikTok, if it's not the real Linda Bomba, if there's something, usually what people do with the fake accounts, they put another letter in there or a character, and the handle's not exactly the same. They'll steal pictures. I've had people take my videos and post them on another channel, on an account that they're making it's a fake account. I'll never DM you or ask you for money. If somebody's DMing you and it's my name, it's not me. You can, if you want, if you're not, don't want to use social media, send an email to lindabomba@payyoudaily.com. And that's my email address. And you can talk to me that way. But there's tons of fake accounts, not just of me. If you've got any kind of following, people are making fake accounts. And I'll never DM you. I'll never ask you for money. It's not me. And unfortunately, that does exist in this industry. But today, more than ever, trust is, and this industry, people, and I got scammed. I lost a lot of money when I started. You got to get around the right people. Not everything's a scam. But unfortunately, in this industry, that does exist, and it gives the industry a bad rap. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. I'm talking today about a 2-hour workday with a proven blueprint. I've been following this 2-hour work day for over a year now, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. Part of my 2-hour workday is I'm live streaming for about an hour every day. And when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. If you're coachable and you're consistent, you can follow some simple instructions. Another part of the 2-hour workday is posting ads on free classified ad sites. In the training, we give you the sites to use. There's links there. You can create accounts. We give you what to post, the text to set up, and you can decide how much, how many you want to put up. But that's part of the 2-hour workday. The live streaming is another part, is posting 3 videos. And if you don't want to get on camera, you can do faceless marketing, or what's even better now, you can use AI. If you've been following me for any length of time on TikTok or Instagram, over the last, now it's a little over a month, all I've been doing is creating content with AI, and the videos are doing pretty good. And I just had one the other day that got a lot of views on it. You can learn AI. It's not that hard. I took a course that I got at the beginning of June that I've been following what that course is telling me. And the videos I've been doing are AI lately. Now, there's plenty of other ones of me because I've cut over 5,000 videos, but AI is not going away. And you can either run away from it or you can embrace it and learn it. I decided to embrace and learn it. Because it's not that AI is going to replace you. It's that the people who learn how to use AI will replace you. And it's actually everywhere. Go to Google and search something. The first result, that's AI. You can look down, you get the other results. But AI is not going away, and it actually makes some really pretty cool videos. If you're jumping on, love to know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do social media marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Cool Grammy. Good morning, Star J. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me, if you have a question or something I can help you with. If you're trying to learn something, I can do a training. I've done a couple recently. I did one on email marketing, and I did another one on social media marketing. Because if you're new to this and you're trying to learn how to use social media, which most of us are doing this, I've generated tens of thousands of free leads using social media. You can do the same thing. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Mr. Jensen. Good morning, user 3248. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and showing other people how to do the same thing. Today, I'm talking about a 2-hour workday. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. That does not mean there's no work involved. But if you are able to follow training, you're coachable, you're consistent, you can learn how to do it too. A piece of the 2-hour workday is live streaming. Now, if you don't want to live stream, you don't have to. But I would recommend to people, if you want to start getting sales every single day, and increasing your income, you want to be going live every day. Another piece of this is, and if you're starting out, you won't really need any time to do this, but that's responding to comments and responding to email messages you'll get. After you start getting a following, you start getting leads, you will start getting comments, you will start get people emailing you with questions, or they need help or something. So that's a piece of it. And if you're getting a lot of them, comments and emails, that may take up to 30 minutes of your day. In the beginning, you probably won't have many. Another piece is doing 3 videos. Now, they're short reels. If you don't want to get on camera, you can do Facebook faceless marketing. We have training inside the program to do that. Also, AI is another option now. We don't. I mean, you would have to actually, if you want to learn AI and be serious about it, you'd have to get a course. I have a course that I just got in June that I've been going through and implementing it. If you follow me on TikTok or you're following me on Instagram, all the videos I've been posting, and it's a little over a month now, I'm using AI to make them. I can make one video in less than 10 minutes. So it's saving me a ton of time, versus me, just doing what I have been doing. And that works too. But if you don't want to get it on camera, that's another option. I think AI is better than faceless marketing, but you could do either one of those. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Aunt TD. What do people call you? Good morning, Ara. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Today, I've been talking about the 2-hour workday, which is something I've been following, that my mentors used to actually make over $5 million. I'm just kind of going over the different things, the activities and their tasks you're doing. One of them is live streaming. I live stream for about an hour every day. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. You don't have to live stream if you don't want to, but I do it all. If you're trying to, and you want to start making sales every day, you really want to be live streaming. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Another piece of the 2-hour workday is creating 3 pieces of content. These are short videos. And I was just saying, if you don't want to get on camera, you can do faceless marketing. You can do AI. The videos I've been creating over the last month, I'm using AI to make all of them. Another piece of the 2-hour workday is responding to comments and emails. Now, if you're just starting out, you're probably not going to have any. So if you have a lot of them, that could take as long as 20 or 30 minutes a day, depending on how many you have. That's another piece of the work day. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Herbs. What do people call you? Good morning, Cricky29. If you're jumping on, love to know where you're coming in from, why you're on social media. So those are the live streaming, the 3 videos, responding to comments and emails, and the classified ads. And we do give you the classified ads. We give you the sites that you just go and you can pick the ones you want to use. We give you what to post, the text. So basically, you're just copying and pasting those, but that's one of the pieces. And that's that's the 2 hour day. Now, in the beginning, will it take you longer? Probably, because you're learning something, you've never done it before. But as you do it, you can get it down to a couple of hours a day. And the classified ads, you're basically copying and pasting. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Rose. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home and teaching other people how to do the same thing. And I've been doing this, actually, it'll be 14 years in September. I haven't worked a job in, actually, it was 9 years in June, making money from home. And the job I lost, I had a 2 to 3 hour commute, and I do not miss that. My commute is walking up a flight of steps in my office where I'm at right now. So you're on social media for something, and if you're and I went to Google first, but if you're looking for ways to make money from home, online marketing, social media, there's tons of us doing that. And I think there's people that have been coming on these lives that they want to do it, but for some reason, something's holding you back. And I don't know, it could be fear. And this does work. And unfortunately, I was talking about this earlier. It does work. Unfortunately, there are people in this industry. They're scams. I lost a lot of money when I started, but you got to get around the right people. And 95% of this is mindset. So if your mindset is that everybody's, going to rip you off, and this doesn't work, you probably need to do some mindset work, because that'll pretty much leave you stuck, that you won't do anything. And when I got started, I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was desperate to make some money, and I couldn't find a job, so I turned to the internet. And I didn't have a mentor when I started. I didn't have a proven system, and I spent a year um, driving traffic, setting up pay-per-click ads to a replicated website that I was paying for, that nothing converted. And I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. And then I started looking, deciding I needed to get a mentor, somebody that's done what you want to do, because you can't do this alone. You might think that you can. Go ahead and try. But this is very difficult. Success leaves clues. You want to model what's already proven to work. And if you have a mentor who's successful, if you just follow what they did, and we're using this 2 hour workday, that we have over 55,000 people in our community. There's too many people having success with this to say it doesn't work. But I have a free PDF. If you want to learn more about the blueprint, you can go to payudaily.com. There's an opt-in for your email, and then you'll get an email from me with the PDF. You can download it. It's yours to keep. If you're on TikTok, you can click the link in my bio. That will take you to the same website. You can get the free PDF. If you have questions, you can respond back to the email from me. But that's the outline. And you can, if you want to try it and start and use the PDF, go ahead. Try to go implement the whole thing. What's in there, go through it and see how it goes. But I spent a year without a mentor, and I was working off a 3-page PDF, and that didn't work so well. But you really do need a mentor. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Today I was talking about the 2-hour workday. The day before, I did a training on email marketing, because email marketing is a piece of this. Somebody else the other day, I made a training on social media marketing. She asked me to do a training, which I did, because we're using social media. You don't have to do any paid advertising. I've done paid advertising too, and you can spend a lot of money on paid advertising and not get any kind of result from it. But that's, if you want to try it. I spent thousands of dollars on paid advertising and did not get a good return on my money. And in the beginning, that was a good example of the pay-per-click ads. And truthfully, had no idea what I was doing. I was following the instructions. And then if I did have questions, there was nobody that I could ask. I could send an email into support and maybe somebody would answer me, but this is very difficult to do alone. And we're all entrepreneurs, but in our group, we have 55,000 people. You're in business for yourself, but you're not alone. There's time. You can go in there and ask for help. There's live trainings. If you need tech help, or if you can come into the group and ask a question. Most people will be happy to help anybody out. That's just kind of the way the group is. And there's different trainings throughout the week that you can get on. We have a new training for new people that just come on, so you're not sure how to get going. And there's training that's part of what you get. There's training that you log in and shows you, takes you step by step to get set up, so you're not alone. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And part of um, the 2 hour workday, I mean, this is work. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. For me, this is one piece, one task, because there's other tasks, but going live. You may not want to go live. I mean, you don't have to, but I can tell you if you want to start getting sales every day, and depending on how much money you want to make, live stream, it's another one of the things you're doing to get yourself out in social media. Posting the 3 videos every day is another. And consistency, the people you see making money is because they're coachable, they're consistent, they put the work in, because there is work involved in this. I don't want anybody to think that you don't have to put any work in, and that's no different for me. And I spent a whole year in the beginning and I didn't make anything. I was spending money because I didn't have a mentor and I didn't have a proven system. And I talked about that yesterday on this live, talking about having a proven system and a mentor. Because if you don't have either one of these, those you can try. I did that, and I spent a whole year when I first got on, and I didn't make any money. I spent $3,000, which none of that, any of the traffic that I was getting from that did not convert to anything. And I decided after a year that I needed to find somebody who has done what I want to do and to model them, because success leaves clues. And if you're wanting to do this, I suggest the same thing. It doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be the program I'm in, but if you're trying to do this and you don't have either of those, it gets really hard. And you can take my free PDF and go through that and try and see and implement and see how it goes. I spent a whole year doing that and $3,000. And then, I got the point. I didn't know anybody when I got started. When I lost my job, I literally went to Google. I searched make money online. I'm not even sure how I knew people were making money online, but the job market was horrible. I couldn't find a job. So I went searching. I found the website that I bought. I bought that website, and the training was a PDF, no mentor, teaching me to put up pay-per-click ads, which I did, spent $3,000 and didn't make any money from that. And it's a replicated website, which I can tell you, you never want to send traffic to a replicated website. Or the other thing you never want to send traffic to is a sales page. Good morning, Can Do Carl. Is that your name on YouTube? Thanks for jumping on. What I was saying was you can't do it without. So if anybody else is jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from if you have a question. But I've just been talking about the proven system and a mentor, and I did that for a year. I had no mentor to ask anybody anything. I spent $3,000, and I was out of work. I was going through my savings. I was burning through savings, retirement money, and all that, trying to make this work. And I didn't have what I have today. I didn't have when I started. And you really need those two things: a mentor and a proven system if you're trying to do this. And if you can follow simple instructions, you can build an audience on social media, build your email list, because you're using social media, but none of us own our social media accounts. I lost 10 TikTok accounts. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. And now I've been on YouTube since 2013. YouTube lately I've gotten probably 30 emails from them issuing me strikes or warnings. And I've been talking to some other people. A couple people have totally lost their YouTube accounts. I know somebody else that he just didn't want to lose his YouTube channel. So he deleted every video, and he had over at least 1,000 deleted and got it down to 16 videos because he doesn't want to get the strikes or the warnings. I have spent, because I've gotten so many emails, I went through my YouTube channel. I didn't delete anything, but there were a lot of videos, and the ones that they were pointing out to me and anything like that, I made them unlisted. Good morning, Minnie. Thank you for jumping on. appreciate you coming on, where you're coming in from. So that does happen. You don't own your social media accounts. You don't control them. You can't get them back, and that's why you want to get people on an email list, because you own that, you control that. Nobody can take that away from you. The social media accounts, they can, and yeah, and you want to use social media, but you want to get people on your email list because you won't be you don't own those. Don't control it. You could post something and they don't like it, and Ontario County. Okay, good morning. You don't have, and you could post something that they just don't like, and that is what they do. And I had a Facebook group. I had over 60,000 people in it, and Facebook deleted it. And you kind of get to the point, like, if you're not focusing on building the email list, because they can come and take that away from you if you don't like something, and you may not even realize that you posted something that they didn't like, and later you look, because I've had that happen to me where I've woken up, I've gone to my computer on my phone and found out that my account was gone, or when that whole thing happened with that group, and that I did have over 60,000 people in that group, that it's gone, and because Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or whatever platform, they didn't like what you posted. So, good morning, Crystal, if you're jumping on. Good morning, Rena, if you're jumping on. Let me know where you're coming in from. Why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. So yeah, we all are using social media, and that is a really good way to get the word out, because you have to. If you have a business, you got to get it exposed to other people. Otherwise, you won't. You want to get exposed to start getting leads, getting people in your sales funnel, and then getting sales. If you're not getting exposure for it, and using social media, it's free, and you can get your message out to people if you're consistent. The people you see making money, it's because they're coachable, they're consistent, they put the work in, and yeah, you can get this down to a couple hours a day, but there is work involved. So I don't want anybody to think that the people you see making money, that they didn't do anything. um, Minnie saying recently YouTube gave you a chance to edit and keep the video. I'm glad I was able to. Well, they didn't actually. That's interesting. They didn't let me do that. I got probably about 30 emails from them over the last um, I don't know, a couple of months. And one was a warning, which, if you have on YouTube, and you probably know this, if you get 3 warnings on YouTube, you lose your account. The others were strikes, which that doesn't, that means that video won't play out and stuff. And I spent quite a bit of time, the videos that they were picking, I went through because I've uploaded over 3,000 videos on YouTube. I went through my videos, and any ones that were even remotely close to why the strike that they gave me, I didn't delete them, but I unlisted them, so they're not there. They're randomly. I don't know if they use software or they have a company that does it for them. They randomly pick videos, and lately they've been on a tear. I mean, I know a couple people, they lost their accounts, and then a guy, I've been following him for years. He had over 1,000 videos. He's got over 100. He has almost 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. He deleted all of them except like 16. Now he's putting new content up, but it is, and I really, and I'm trying to get. I was monetized on YouTube, and I lost that money, and now I'm trying to get monetized again. It's when you get paid for the ads. And I'm at about 15. You need 4,000 hours. I'm at about 1,500 hours. I really wouldn't want to lose this account, because then, yeah, I can start another account, and I have another account that I don't use that much, but you're starting from zero. And I've had to do that. I lost 10 TikTok accounts. One, I had over 200,000 followers. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. The group I mentioned, I mean, Instagram was worse, because somebody, and this person, he or she, was in a group that I was in. We were all paid to be in there. I spent a year on a coaching program for Instagram. I went in and made a post that I had made $14,000 in a month. And apparently this person, anybody was targeting anybody that made a post like that was having success. And I woke up one morning, and I'm getting all these dings off of Instagram, and this person's like, you better click this link. You better click this link. You're going to lose your account. And then, like, in 2 seconds, my account was gone. They used my bank card. They went shopping. There were charges on it. They ran ads on my Instagram account. I had to go to my bank and dispute it. And they closed my account out. Actually, I had two cards on there. I had to get new cards and dispute that with them. Then I had to go to Meta to dispute the charges for the ads because it wasn't. It was like $3,000 or $4,000, but and my account was gone. And at that time, I was getting, and that was an account I had for a long time. I was getting some traction on it, and it was gone. I mean, it basically wipes you out. And YouTube, that's happened so many times that I did stay off of YouTube for a year, and I got back on it. It was a little over a year ago. So both my YouTube and my Instagram accounts are new. I'm almost at 75,000 followers on YouTube, and I'm almost at 100,000 on Instagram. It's the skill, because I know what to do, and I don't want to lose any more accounts. But if I do, I know what to do, and that's one thing nobody can take away from me. So if you focus on mastering skills, generating leads, learning how to use social media, nobody can ever take that away from you. And yeah, you're using social media for free. And the reach, there's billions and billions and billions and billions of people on social media that you can reach. And if you have an offline business, you probably should use this. And I have a mentor who's been doing this for over 25 years. When she started, social media wasn't, and that might have just been coming new. The internet really didn't exist. So she was literally having to go and take flyers and post them to like telephone poles and trees and going around the mall, bugging people, because that was the only avenue she had to get in front of people and expose what she was doing. So social media is a real game changer. And I really think now AI is going to completely change stuff. And that's why I decided I went all in with AI. I got a course. Thank you, Carl. A course on AI to learn. If you look at follow me on TikTok or Instagram, and it's a little over a month now. All the content I'm creating, I'm using AI, and AI can save you a ton of time. I could do one video in less than 10 minutes, and depending, if you're making your own content, it does take longer. And using AI has saved me some time. Now it's not 100% free, because the course I took gives you 6 softwares. I'm using 4 of them, but I am paying to use the software. So it's not, if I break it down, it's probably costing me, I don't know, a few dollars each video I make, because I do post. And I was talking about this earlier, the blueprint, you want to be posting 3 videos a day, 3 reels or short videos. They're not long. I use YouTube too. And YouTube does have shorts, but they're more known for long video. Um, if you ever think, I mean, I know how many times if you're trying to figure out how to do something, if you go to Google or you go to YouTube and you search how to, your reality is you'll find a video on YouTube, but YouTube is longer. But they had to get into the whole thing with the short video because everybody else was doing it. So they started shorts, because that is a trend. Facebook's doing it, Instagram's doing it. TikTok, that's all TikTok has been. Although TikTok now you can put stories on there. But YouTube's a little bit different, and it's a search engine. So you have to learn search engine optimization with TikTok. I do think TikTok's the easiest platform. If you're new and you're trying to pick a platform, I'd suggest TikTok. And even if you live in the United States, we don't know what's going to happen. But the truth is, with TikTok, I've seen people in this industry that have never gotten any results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. And that's why it is really easy. The editing's super easy. I mean, trying to edit a YouTube video, I mean, I hired somebody to edit mine because it's time consuming. And I was pulling my hair out trying to figure it out. So, if you're new, pick one platform, pick something you like, because if you don't like it, you won't stay on it. And I started with Facebook because I had a Facebook account. I knew what Facebook was, but truthfully, I don't really like Facebook. YouTube and TikTok, TikTok I have a lot. Truthfully, I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok because I've lost so many accounts. I really like Instagram. There's some features on Instagram that you don't have on any other platform, like the story highlights, because you can post a story and then put it in your highlight and it'll stay up there. Any other platform, when you do post a story, it's gone in 24 hours. And Carl, how's the baby? Should ask you that while you're on here. Carl had a baby last May. She's over a year old. And I know the last time he posted pictures on social media. She's gotten so big. The girl, and then the next thing you know, Carl, she'll be going off to college. But that's what social media can do, and each platform's a little different. So I do recommend, if you're new and you haven't picked a platform, to pick something you like, because if you don't like it, you won't stick to it. So pick something you like, and consistency with this. And when I say you got to do it every day, I mean 7 days a week. I've been live streaming here. I just started this in the middle of July, doing this every day. I'm going live on TikTok and YouTube. I am live streaming in two places, because I can do that, and I have software that allows me to do that. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Today, I just kind of went over the 2 hour workday. You may have heard about it. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. It involves different tasks that you learn and implement. She just started walking. Wow. Okay. Well, walking, and then school, and then college. They do. I mean, it's amazing how fast they grow up. Because I remember when you were in the hospital right after she was born, and when they're born, they're just so tiny. I mean, they seem like, like probably hold her in her hands. I don't know how much she weighed, but yeah. So if you have a question, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I can answer. If you want me to do a training, I did do one recently. I did one on marketing, email marketing, and somebody asked me to do one on social media marketing. If you've got a topic, drop it in the comments, or if you want to send an email to lindabomba@payudaily.com, I can do a training on this if it's something I know and I've done, because I don't think you can train or teach on something that you haven't done. That I don't think it's ethical. And if you don't know it, you're probably teaching people the wrong thing. So if nobody has any other questions, because I'm past the hour now, I committed to doing this for an hour every day. That's 7 days a week. I go live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you do have a topic, if you email me, lindabomba@payudaily.com, I'd be glad to do it on one of these if it's something I've done. You can come on with your questions, or if you're trying to figure something out, and I can help you with it. If I don't know it, I can probably give you a resource. Because again, I don't think it's ethical to be training or teaching on stuff that you haven't done. So, all right, well, I'm going to wrap that up for today. I will be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, on TikTok and my YouTube channel, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming.